Street, Melbourne. Got the usual suspects. Okay, I'm live. Thank goodness that worked. I need to get out of the way.
The speakers are on their way about 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good. All good. Thank you. Thanks so much. Okay. So, because of the noise, we are actually getting bigger speakers. Because our little speaker, I don't know if you can see it down there, it won't do the job. Yes, David.
From the Herald Sun.
Are you with the organisers?
I'm with the beast. No, are we with the organisers?
It's a messaging thing. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I appreciate
Yeah, but I'm worried about
sorry.
Yeah.
On the live stream.
they're trying to get in back here, Michelle.
Sorry.
They're trying to get in around here. No, the activists are coming.
Oh. Yeah, I will. Okay, we're live, I think. Okay. All right. Oh, do you mind being on camera? Okay. Sorry. Hope you're live.
To those that are here for the Women Will Speak event, thank you for coming. To the brave women here who have the courage to speak out in a society where women are being silenced, thank you. I'm now going to introduce another very brave woman called Michelle, who is running this event. Please give Michelle your ears. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that introduction. Hello and welcome everyone to our first Women Will Speak event for 2024. My name is Michelle Buriano and I am co-founder of Women's Action Group, organisers of today's event. I would like to pay my respects to the traditional owners, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, of the lands upon which we meet, and I would also like to acknowledge every single woman here today that has come to speak, to listen, and to be heard. To be honest, if I had my way, none of us would feel obligated to be here today, but here we are, and we are here to remind the people in this place, the leaders of our state and our elected representatives, that humans cannot change sex. Men can never be women. Puberty is not an illness. No child is born in the wrong body. It is our inherent right to exercise freedom of expression and policy and legislation must reflect reality, not ideology. As investigative journalist extraordinaire Jennifer Billette has said, there are no transgender people, not one. The entire shit show is a corporate con, selling you on your own destruction as a species. She also said there is no such thing as gender affirming care or medical care for gender variant children. This is barbarism and eugenics. Which brings me to the recently leaked WPATH files. Well. Turns out us turns are right all along. For those unfamiliar, WPATH stands for World Professional Association for Transgender Health. Thanks to Mia Hughes and Michael Schulenberger, the world now has at its disposal written and video evidence that children are indeed being medically harmed in the name of so-called gender identity. Video evidence clearly shows doctors admitting they struggle to gain consent from children because, shock horror, children fail to understand the gravity of the medical decisions they are being asked to decide for themselves. So far, to the best of my knowledge, sorry, it's going on. Thank you. Okay. Yes, can you keep it? The live stream's getting me down here. Can you pick it up? Thank you. Yeah. So far, to the best of my knowledge, our country's biggest gender clinic for children, the RCH, the Royal Children's Hospital, here in Melbourne, has said nothing, despite the fact that they admit to following WPATH's so-called gender medicine guidelines. OzPath, which is the arm of WPATH here in Australia, put out a statement in response to the leaked WPATH files days later, in which they said, hang on, I'll get to it. Okay, this is their statement. Blah, 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 blah. We refuse to admit, blah, 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 blah. We are medically, blah, 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 and surgically, blah, 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 harming children, blah, 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 and we will, blah, 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 carry on, blah, 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 medically and surgically harming children. That's me reading in between the lines, by the way.
Sorry, can you help me and pull that
What
last thing out
OzPath and
of the-
WPATH won't tell you up front is this. There are no diagnostic
That's okay,
tests
it's okay.
that substantiate any gender identity. No blood test, no urine test, no stool test, and no scan.
That's got it. Thank you.
When you ask these delusionists to define what they actually mean by gender identity, they will mutter some metaphysical nonsense. Oh, it's the essence of a person, which is conveniently elusive, subjective, intangible, is not a medical diagnosis, and should never lead to children and young people losing their right to natural and healthy endocrine, sexual and cognitive function and development. This delusionist medical empire is built on lies, lies upon lies upon lies. And this is what they want you, the taxpayer, to pay for. Women's Action Group currently have a petition online for the upper house in this place to push the Victorian government for an independent inquiry into gender medicine for children and young people. In light of the leaked WPATH files, we believe our demand for an independent inquiry must be expedited. It is our hope the Legislative Council will review, discuss and promote the endeavour of our petition, and I'm very pleased to say our petition is supported by none other than our member for Western Victoria, Ben MacArthur. Everyone, big hand for Ben MacArthur. She's been a stalwart supporter of Women's Action Group since day dot. The link to our petition is on the B side of our flyer. We've got flyers floating around somewhere. Our petition does close on Sunday, the 12th of May, so everyone please, if you are genuinely interested in having our political representatives regard this matter seriously, then sign and share and promote the hell out of our petition. Alrighty, so before we get this party started, our wonderful head marshal to my left, your right, Jess over here, asks that all our attendees remain on the inside of the martial line. Please don't engage with the counter-protesters. We aren't here for them. We're here for the express reason of speaking and listening to women. So, let's hear from other women, get their perspectives, their experiences, observations, I don't know, maybe some poetry or music. I'm sure you all know the format. So women speak first. Put your hand up if you wish to speak when I call for speakers, and I'll get you to come up to the mic one at a time. Now, when you do speak, we've got a lot of noise here today, obviously, so when you do speak, make sure you are kissing the mic like I am. Because if you hold... This is the reason why musos kiss the mic, alright? Okay, and also that you are projecting your voice. You can tell I'm actually really projecting my voice, but yeah, give it a red hot crack. We are live streaming today, so we want to make sure that everyone watching the live feed can hear speakers clearly. Hello to everyone on the live stream, and a huge thank you to Stone the Crow, Kellyanne, who is our moderator for today. Big clap for Kellyanne. Okay, so, who would like to be our first speaker?
Hi everybody, my name is Carol, and usually I speak on behalf of lesbians because we have lost our spaces too. We're not allowed to meet without men who believe they are lesbians being in our space. So that's my bit about lesbians for today. What I wanted to say today, shout, was for all of us here. Shout, because I know there are lots of women and men who haven't come here today because they are intimidated and cowed and afraid of this mob out here. That's what they've done to us. So the ones of you who have turned up today, thank you, thank you, thank you. These are not my words, but they're our words. Maya Angelou says, each time a woman stands up for herself, without knowing it possibly, without claiming it, she stands up for all women.
Yes.
And that's what you're doing here today, is you're standing up for all women. A suffragette, Millicent Fawcett, said back in the day, and they are our inspiration, the suffragettes, back in the day said, courage calls to courage everywhere. And its voice, that's our voices, cannot be denied.
Beautiful, thank you. Awesome.
This one I got off of Facebook, and I thank the woman who wrote it, but she didn't have a name. Here's to the women who stand, the women who take their lives in their hands, who hold the truth on point of pain, who are told they're insane and to stay in their lane, Here's to the women who will still speak out, the women who say, speak, scream and shout to make their voices heard. I know there's safety in silence, but you know that doesn't protect you from violence. Here's to the women who fight, the women with foresight, the women who teach, and each of you expanding her reach so that others can fight. Here's to the women who know their worth and what their sisters are worth, who birth daughters for warriors with only their words, and who step down from pedestals, who rise up from doormats, who hang their full weight from barred windows and count reps while making their plans. Here's to those women. Here's to the women who stand. Here's to all of us, to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pearl. Who would like to speak next? Come on, you all came out here for a reason. Yeah, come on, come on. Oh, yeah. You can go next if you want.
Hi. The people over here trying to shut us up are telling lies. They are telling lies that men can be women. Yes, you, sir, you're a liar. And you also tell lies about us. We are not your Nazis. We are not your bigots. We are your mother. We are your grandmother. Your grandma's a turf, mate. Right? And we say no. We say no to men. No to men in women's spaces. No to men in women's sports. No to men in women's competitions. No to men in women's prisons. No. We say no. And we will win because we are almost everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Son. All right, who wants to come up next? Yes, come on up.
Thank you to everyone that's come along. I'm not prepared. I wasn't going to do this, but I'm a woman and I'm standing up to say I'm a proud woman. I'm a chest feeder. Sorry, I'm a breastfeeder, not a chest feeder. I bore 4 beautiful babies into this world. One day I'll be a grandma. I'm not a TERF. I'm not a feminist. I'm a woman. I'm someone's sister. I'm someone's mother. One day I'll be someone's grandma. And I want to say thank you to everyone that's come along. I was meeting up with about 30 girlfriends here today. One of them came in because they're scared of the noise behind us or in front of me. So thank you to all of you who came along. And all I can say is thank you. And thank you to the men who came with me, who stood up to say it's okay for our real women to have a voice. It's okay for our real women to be here, and it's okay to be a real biological woman. I'm proud of my XX. And you can do whatever surgery you want. You will never be an XX unless you were born that way.
Awesome, thank you. You know, sex is binary. You know what else is binary? Hormones. You go and get a so-called sex change operation, they only give you 2 choices, or rather 1. All right. Who would like to come up next? Hey, come on. Thanks, Michelle. Okay, yeah.
Women, thy name is humiliation.
You are humiliated further. Every second you do nothing about the humiliation. You lost your dignity from the year 2003 when men and boys throughout the rich world started to watch your pornographic degradation 24/7, 365 days a year for free. Then by 2013, these men and boys weren't just enjoying your humiliation in their houses and bedrooms, they brought their pornography viewing devices into classrooms, parliaments, workplaces and on the streets too outside of Parliament. Women and wives had already been humiliated behind closed doors and desperately tried to hide their shame from their children and their relatives. But now their husbands were passing around footage on the internet to their mates and selling it on Pornhub. Then the humiliation got worse. Under a guise of trans rights, men forced women in jails to pretend to not know what a man is. Women who had often been raped by men and from childhood. This is a humiliation for the group of women in our society most brutally forced to understand exactly what a man is. But all women share in their humiliation. We all do to a greater or lesser extent because all of us must accept the existence of gender-neutral toilets in our workplaces and schools. We must suffer the indignity of seeing our daughters forced to play sports with boys. Those of us in workplaces must see young male colleagues who we know are misogynists put pronouns in their bios and pretend they're not. We must suffer the indignity of middle-aged associate professors coming into the workplace wearing dresses and makeup and newly entitled demands for female pronouns. We are humiliated in our weakness when our supposed democratic institutions don't allow lesbians to meet, but allow sex buyers and pimps to operate and profit. Our powerlessness and weakness in the face of these indignities is humiliating. Let us stand as a group humiliated. Let us stand as women robbed of dignity and self-possession. Anything is better than being a woman. Even a crazy made-up concept like non-binary, you're better off calling yourself that than calling yourself woman. I'm not a Christian, but let's learn from the historical example. Any historical example we can use to break free of our humiliated, degraded state. Let us double down on our humiliated condition. Become champions of ourselves in all of our diminishment. Stick with women as the world's losers. Back women on this, in our hour of need. Be proud of our womanhood, no matter how diluted and pornographic our category becomes. Let us feel our humiliation and never allow our daughters to feel it. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you so much. Come on up.
Hey there, everyone. Firstly, all I want to do is send every one of you guys some love, because everyone here needs love, no matter what sex it is, as long as it's love. Now, I'm a woman, and I'm proud to be a woman. I know what I am, and I know a lot of you people are confused, but that's okay. I'm a mother. I have two beautiful daughters. They are both women, very strong women. And all I want to say is be proud of who you are. You don't need to be angry. You don't need to be aggressive. I just want you to realise, take a good look at yourselves and realise who you are and not what people want you to be. Okay.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Okay, who would like to, oh yes, come on up. There's a whole line, usually I've got to fill in the gaps, but I don't today. That's good, just stand right there so we can get you on.
Hello, I really didn't think I would speak today, and I was so scared. I was actually standing there for about 15 minutes, afraid to come here. I am here because I am so happy about being a woman. I am 63. I've got beautiful 3 children and I've got a beautiful granddaughter. However, when I was about 13, I used to cry myself to sleep about being a girl. And I know that if it was now, I would have been mutilated. I can assure you, I used to dress like a boy. I used to have a head, back to front. And I really dreamt about waking up as a boy. Puberty is never easy. What we are doing to those children, giving them puberty blockers, giving girls double mastectomies, it's a crime. And we have to make them pay. We have to make them pay. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody? Sure.
Okay, everyone. This is Mel. Everyone say hello to Mel. And she's showing us the cost of these surgeries and what happens. The reality, not the delusion. Once you have these surgeries, you can't go back. Yep. No, that's all right. The harm that this industry is causing is catastrophic. It is vulture capitalism, so I'm very, very shocked at our opposition that they have fallen for this bullshit. But I'd say it's because most of them are young. And let's be honest, all of us were young once, weren't we? When we're young, we do stupid things, we believe in stupid ideas, and we do stupid things to ourselves. Did you know that in the ACT this week, they've allowed, through the Adverse Sex Marriages Act, children 14 years old and up to be able to change their name and their sex on their birth certificate without parental consent. Let that sink in. All right. Yeah, cool. Next speaker.
Hello. My name's Lee Hazel and I was harmed by gender affirming care. I'm a detransitioner. All right. I just firstly want to say that this is a liberal society and freedom of expression is so important, and this is a really weird way to use your freedom of expression over there. All right. So to the women here, it's really, really easy to be angry with what's happened. And it's easy to think that the typical trans-identified person is a blue-haired, septum-ringed narcissist on TikTok, or a 50-year-old autogynephile that wants to get undressed in toilets with, in change rooms with young girls. But the typical trans-identified person is a teenage girl. She's highly distressed. She probably identifies as non-binary and bisexual or queer, but she's still figuring out her identity. She's got a good chance of being autistic, and she's probably going to grow up to be same-sex attracted. She hates her breasts because males make her a sexual object. She hates her bodies because males make her a sexual object. She's just hit puberty and realised that as a girl, she doesn't have agency anymore because she is an object. She's probably bullied because she's smart and she's quirky. She's artistic and creative. And she's in pain and she's scared and she's lonely. Did you know that 95% that a queer identified person in Australia, of which this young girl will be one, has a 95% chance of having a mental disorder? A non-binary identified person in Australia has an 80% chance of having a mental disorder. These young girls, these 13, 14, 15-year-old girls, not these people, these young girls who are our daughters, your daughters, they need proper health care. They need exploratory therapy. They do not need to be affirmed. They need help. They want help. They want to talk about how they're feeling. So I'm not a parent. I don't know how to talk to teenagers. I do that weird thing, probably because I'm not a parent. You meet a teenager and you try and be their friend and you try to be cool. I don't know why I do that. Maybe that'll change. So I don't know what they need, but I have been that girl, and I reckon she needs a couple of good friends. She needs a sense of agency. She needs support. She doesn't need beauty blockers. She doesn't need testosterone, and she will miss her breasts. Watchful waiting is a sensible, kind approach to medical care for gender-distressed children. It is not a threat. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, let me just quickly say, the reason why we women come out and we hold Speaker's Corner events in this manner on this specific issue is because our media are fully and utterly captured. That's why they refuse to report accurately and impartially on this topic. Don't know why. I don't know. What do you reckon? All right, we need to wrap things up pretty quickly. Do we have time for, where is she? Time for one, maybe a few more speakers. Come on, yep. We have to make it quick, sorry. Thanks, Elaine. Thanks, yeah. We're good to go.
Okay, my name's Lorraine Prattley, and I'm a woman, I'm a mother, and I'm a socialist, and I was, kind of some of those people out there. Oh, actually, there's not many of them, because I refused to look at them. I was wanting to watch the women speaking. And I refuse to stop being a socialist because most socialists these days have turned into morons, and they don't support human rights anymore. They're utterly inconsistent, and they cannot speak with credibility about human rights. They cannot speak about women's rights, and they cannot speak about gay rights. But I will not stop being a socialist, because being a socialist is not what that means. And I know that there are people here at our event today who don't agree with everything I think. There's lots of disagreements about various political issues in our group. But one thing is different about this group is that I knew that I could come along and say whatever I wanted to say. I could be myself. I could have sophisticated discussions with people. I would be engaged with. The people would listen to me and I would listen to them, and we would actually go a step further in turning around the insanity that is politics today. And one more thing, if I can, really quickly, because I wasn't one of them, but I know about their methods, and their methods, all of that stuff is strategic. What they are doing and what they tell each other, and they're very conscious that they are trying to, quote, break away the soft support from the hardcore. And we are the hardcore that had the guts to turn up today, but because we are right, we will keep turning up and we will grow. And our softcore, I really hope, sits at home and thinks, damn it, I'm going next time. Because that is the way we grow. And well done to all the women who were scared and who came today. And see more of you next time.
Wonderful, thank you so much. All right, we need to... Okay, so I'm sorry, but we have to wrap it up. We've been running for 40 minutes. Things are just escalating is the reason why. But look, I just want to say a huge thank you first to Stone on our live stream. I want to thank Jess, to my left, our head marshal, who has spent time training our marshals today. I want to thank the wonderful marshals team. Everyone give them a round of applause, please. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for coming along and supporting this cause. You know, we knew that we would be outnumbered, that we would be shouted down. I must admit, I didn't actually expect that much. But you know. So, thank you so much for coming today. And we will be having another event. We're not sure when yet, but just keep an eye out on social media, I guess. And hey, women will speak. Thank you. Oh, and I forgot. Thank you so much, Matt, for speakers. Thank you. I forgot to thank Victoria Police, oh my lord, sorry, for coming out today and for protecting us, for keeping us safe. I can't thank them enough. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Michelle, and to the very brave women who have the courage to speak out. All I'm going to say is that a society that will not protect women and children is a failed society. We will not allow women to be silenced. We want systemic change. Thanks very much. Hope you all have a great day.
Thanks, Matt. Right. Oh my lord. Okay, how do I stop this?